Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to, elaborate the subject about human psychology. There are two kinds of people, according to Dr. Sigmund Freud, Edward de Bono, and many others. One type of people are known as people poisoning, and second type are known as people pleasing. People poisoning people are those who hate, who loathe, who disdain, who despise. They don't like people at all, like Hitler. They don't appreciate people. Even today, the Putin and all the Israeli governments, they love to kill. They love to kill. They are trigger-happy people. They are like killjoy people. These kind of people are known as people poisoning people. They may have some kind of insanity or maybe some kind of congenital anomaly, genetic thing. Must be genetic. These kind of people's parents and ancestors would also be, according as they are today, similar. They would also be hating people. They would also be suffering from the people poisoning syndrome. These kind of people who are terrorists, who are criminals, who are murderers, the maimers, the massacrers, those leaders who like to kill people, like as we see what is happening in Ukraine and what is happening in Palestine, what is happening in other areas of Africa, Yemen, where the leadership kill people, no reason whatsoever. They don't try to solve the problem amicably. They don't try to solve the people by coaxing and cajoling, but only the way they solve the problem is coercing. No cajoling, no coaxing, but coercing. And if the people make a little mistake and go out of the line, they will just shoot them. These are people poisoning people. They don't make themselves like that, but they are like that, genetically. On the other hand, people pleasing people would do every single thing for people. I gave the example of Hitler, so I would give you the example of Gandhiji at the same time. Hitler killed millions of people, so Gandhiji healed millions of people. Gandhiji laid his life on line for Indian people, Pandit Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, and many other people who fought against British for the liberation of India to emancipate the Indian out of the yoke of British. They were people-pleasing people. So there is one example of absolutely violent, wrong genes, absolutely despicable gene. Example was Hitler, and venerable gene example was Gandhiji, Pandit Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, who sacrificed every single thing that they had for the people of India, to liberate them, to emancipate them, to free them from the yoke and from the atrocity of British people. So I have actually chosen 5 points to elaborate this people pleasing and the people poisoning syndrome. Number one is destructive people versus constructive people. Now, people poisoning people are all destructive. They destroy everything. They destroy people, they destroy communities, they destroy societies, they destroy nations, they destroy the world. They destroy every single thing. But people-pleasing people are constructive people. They construct lives, they construct the communities, they construct the society, they construct the nations. They do every single thing good. They are good do-gooders. They are good Samaritans. They are not destructive. They are not killer or murderer or maimer or massacrers. They love people and they do every single thing for people. They will lay their lives for the lives of others. Point number two, war makers versus peacemakers. People poisoning people are all war makers. They have one thing in their mind. That is war, devastation, destruction, annihilation, deluge, every single thing. Destroy every single thing around you. and then you climb up on the mound of the debris and play the flute. Enjoy the music because I have destroyed everything around me. Look how powerful I am. I'm 1% Putin, and I destroy entire Ukraine alone. I am Netanyahu, and I have killed so many Palestinians. So this is the kind of mentality they have. This is the kind of genetic fault they have. They have this kind of anomaly in their psyche, in their biology, in their neurology, in their psychology. But pleasing people are peacemakers. They will never fight, but they are going to make peace wherever the war has been raged, wherever the war has been going on. They will rush over there and they will intervene between two parties and will try to coax and cajole the party, convince them, persuade them, dissuade them away from the war, and they are definitely going to impose peace between the two warring factions. Number 3. Saintly versus satanic. People poisoning people are all satanic people. They have satanic genes. They have satanic spirit. They have satanic values. They do all kinds of things that Satan does. They destroy every single thing. Destruction, destruction, destruction. That is only the word roaming in their mind, hovering in their mind. They don't think straight. They don't think good about anyone. They don't think good about people. They don't good about the society, community, or nation. Nothing. They never think positively about anything at all. But pleasing people are saintly people who will always think about the welfare of the people, upliftment of the people, betterment of the people. They will do every single thing what they can possibly do for the people. They will even lay their lives for the people to provide them respite and relief in their life. Point number 4 is friends versus frenemies. People poisoning people are all frenemies. They look like friends from outside, covertly or overtly. They will look like they are friends. Overtly they are friends, but covertly they are enemies. Outside they are friends, outside the face, on the face they are your friend. But as you turn around, they are going to stab into your back. They will kill you as soon as you turn around. But pleasing people are always defective and the jure, bona fide friends. They are never going to hurt you. They are never going to even think about hurting you. They are never going to even badmouth about you. They are never going to think about hurting or harming you. But poisoning people would always think about looting you and scooting you. They're going to rob you. They're going to hurt you, they're going to harm you financially, physically, socially, every which way they are going to harm you. Number 5, devils versus divine. People poisoning people are all devils. They are devil's advocate. They have devilish genes. They have devil's attitude. They have devil's spirit. They have like devil. They are 100% devil. They look like a human, but inside every single gene, every single cell, every single tissue, every single muscle and bone is a devil. They never think anything better for anyone, including their friends, their family members, their spouse, or their close relatives, even their siblings. But pleasing people are divine people. They will always be God-fearing. They are not going to hurt animal. They are not going to hurt or harm any human. They are not going to hurt or harm even a worst and vicious dog in the society. They are never going to say shoot away to a swan. They are never going to say any bad word to anybody. They are not going to badmouth themselves. They are not going to malign anyone's image or reputation. They are not going to spread any kind of grapevine in the society against anyone. Even the worst enemy, they are not going to say that he is the worst enemy. This is the job of devils. So now, we have to decide and we have to think hard and deep what kind of people we are. Do we love people or do we loathe people? If we love people, we are people pleasing. And if we loathe people, we are people poisoning. So you decide whether you have a devil's gene or a divine gene. You are friend or frenemy. You are satanic or saintly. You are a peacemaker or a war maker. You are destructive or constructive. Choice is yours. You pick yourself and judge yourself, assess your qualities, and then you decide yourself and brand yourself accordingly. Brand yourself either people poisoning or people pleasing. I'm in academia. I'm in teaching business for the last 25 years. I have taught around 13 to 14,000 students. And I have seen the students from the very close quarters, some who are absolutely divine, absolutely saintly, absolutely constructive. They never forget me. I forget them. I don't remember their face, but when they see me, the first thing they do is bow and touch my feet. Then I have to ask them, who are you? The guy was your student 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Now these are all saintly. Then again I have few students. I have very, heartbreaking experience of those bad, God forbid, and God give them the better qualities to treat their teachers. They were so bad that you could not believe that. They were writing bad things about me on the internet, abusing the social media, writing every single thing about my institute, about my character, about my students, what kind of students I've been getting and what kind of activities are going on in my... Every single thing was absolutely, positively dirty lies. These are satanic students. They are satanic. They are the destructive and they are the devils. There is no any other way to describe them. There is no any other way to define them. It is the gene. We cannot change our gene at all. Our gene is going to definitely shine. And it is going to show us in our real color. Whether we are saintly or satanic, we are saint or satan. It will be shown by our deeds, by our task, by our action, by our, as Gandhiji has said, by our notion, diction, and action. So don't be destructive. Don't be people poisoning. Try to be people pleasing, and God will be happy. You will be happy. Society will be happy, and you are going to get definitely flying success in your life. Remember that. I challenge you. I guarantee you. Be people poisoning, and God is going to bless you. Be people poisoning, and God is going to curse you. Be people pleasing, and God is going to bless you with His all kinds of manas. Thank you very much for listening. That's all the time we have. See you again next time. Until then, God bless everyone on this planet. Amen.